इपिटोप जानते हैं आप लोग?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So epitope is present on where it is present? Epitope?
Antigen. Part of antigen, sir.
It is part of antigen. Good. So why it is mentioned over here? B and T cell epitopes. एपिटोप तो एंटीजन पर है, बी एंड टी सेल एपिटोप से क्या मतलब है ना सिलेबस में?
यस सर।
देखो फिर से आप कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ बी एंड टी सेल एपिटोप्स एंड हैप्टेंस है, लेकिन एपिटोप तो प्रेजेंट है एंटीजन पर, तो यहाँ क्या मतलब है इसका? अभी आपको समझा रहे हैं। देखिए एपिटोप जो है प्रेजेंट है एंटीजन पर, एंड दीज आर द रीजन्स बाय विच ईदर बी सेल रिसेप्टर और टी सेल रिसेप्टर will interact. Okay, either B cell receptor or antibody or immunoglobulins will interact specifically. With whom they will interact? They will interact with epitopes they will identify epitopes which are present on antigen, okay, specifically. So these epitopes are of different types. The epitopes which are recognized by B cell receptor are called as B cell epitopes, and the epitopes recognized by T cell receptors are called as T cell epitopes. Okay, नाम से कंफ्यूज नहीं हो गए। B cell epitopes are present on antigens and T cell epitopes are also present on antigens. But these epitopes will be recognized by T cell only, T cell epitopes. These epitopes will not be recognized by B cell. Okay? समझ में आ रहा है स्टूडेंट?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Therefore, so these are basically the classification of epitopes, types of epitopes, based upon their interaction with the effector molecule. Here the effector molecule is, in this case, surface bound immunoglobulin, that is B cell receptor, and free immunoglobulin, that is antibodies. Here it is interacting with surface bound T cell receptor, and that receptor is not sufficient enough to give rise to a stable binding. Therefore, co-stimulatory molecule or the accessory molecule is also participating here in this interaction. Like you might have heard, there are classes of T cells, CD4 plus cells and CD8 plus cells. These are two types of T cells. CD4 plus cells, actually, they recognize class 2 MHC, ये सब बता चुके हैं, फिर से आप जान लीजिए।
Yes, sir.
CD4 plus T cells recognizes the cells, or CD4 plus T cell, ऐसे समझो, T cell receptor present on CD4 plus cells, T cells, they will interact with processed antigen presented with class 2 MHC molecule. प्रोसेस्ड एंटीजन जो है, एंटीजन इस पर एपिटोप्स होंगे, प्रोसेस्ड है, पार्ट ऑफ द एंटीजन, इट विल बी एक्सप्रेस्ड along with class 2 MHC molecule. Then CD4 plus T cell will be then only CD4 plus T cell receptors can recognize it. तो ये वाले एंटीजन, ये एपिटोप्स जो हैं, these T cell epitopes, when they are present on CD4 plus, ये भी फिर तरह का हो गया, ओके। बट अब इन दोनों में क्या अंतर, अभी हम आगे डिस्कस करेंगे। पहले एपिटोप का अदर, म्यूट कीजिए, एपिटोप्स के अदर पैरामीटर्स वो आप जान लीजिए पहले, नहीं तो इसमें फिर कंफ्यूज करोगे। एपिटोप और पैरा एपिटोप, ये भी जान लो। एपिटोप इज प्रेजेंट ऑन एंटीजन एंड पैरा एपिटोप कहाँ है, प्रेजेंट ऑन when you say epitope, and epitope is that region of the antigen which is interacting or are involved in directly with the antigen antibody or receptor. Paraepitope is the region present on either B cell receptor or T cell receptor or immunoglobulins. So if this is the antigen and this is the antibody, then the paraepitope is that region इसको पिक्चर में अच्छे से बना दूंगा, अभी आप समझो। paraepitope, epitope present on antigen and paraepitope is present on antibody. It is complementary to the epitope. Why it is complementary? Because the shape of the epitope, the contour and three-dimensional conformation of this epitope, accordingly there will be a groove and the sockets in this three-dimensional structure of the paraepitope, so that epitope perfectly fits into paraepitope. That's why different epitope will not fit into this shape. So a particular type of epitope only can fit into a particular type of a complementary shape. So there can be millions and billions of epitopes, and the surface of that epitope may have varieties of structures, tertiary structures, quaternary structures present on its surface, and accordingly para-epitope is there so that it fits into that specifically. That's why this para-epitope region is derived from the variable region of the antibody or T cell receptor. ठीक है, आ रहा समझ में पीटो स्टूडेंट्स?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
epitope या पैराटोप. ठीक है. So there are mainly epitopes are proteinaceous in nature. Most of the antigens are protein. So epitopes are basically of, you can divide them into two categories based upon how these epitopes are constructed, are made up of. So you will come to know that here that if this is the epitope, I'm not able to draw it, but suppose if this is a protein molecule and this correctly, can you see the green line?
Yes, sir.
And this is the primary structure. Primary protein is primary structure of protein. Primary structure. And after folding, correct folding of this protein, it will acquire three-dimensional, active, biologically active, functional conformation. So, suppose if after correct folding, it becomes like this. And one green is here. Here. Suppose the folding. Third green is also nearby. In a linear sequence, all these residues are apart. But after folding, these residues have come together and giving rise to special feature. So this will function as epitope. But the thing you can notice here is these regions are quite far from each other. They have come nearer only after the correct folding of this protein. Are you getting my point, students?
No, sir.
No.
No.
Good. अब फोटो बनाता हूं. ये समझ में आया पहला?
Yes, sir.
जिसके लिए suppose this antigen is having a hypothetical situation लेके चल रहा है. Suppose this antigen is having epitopes. One is this one and another is this one. बड़ा कर दो, छोटा छोटा ग्रीन मिलके एक बड़ा, and another is this. Repeat. Now see, there is a possibility that, and this is not that, this is actually it happens in real. Majority of B cell receptors, epitopes, epitopes are present on para-epitope. So majority of these epitopes, B cell receptor epitopes, which will be recognized by B cell receptor or immunoglobulin, these amino acid residues participating in the formation of these epitopes, they are quite far from each other. They are not in a linear continuous sequence. Different regions, different parts, suppose amino acid number 10, this is amino acid number 20, suppose 30. These three amino acids, suppose, एक एपिटोप में 3 ही अमाइनो एसिड नहीं होते, बहुत और भी ज्यादा होते हैं. यहाँ पर एग्जाम्पल लिख सकते हैं. So these 3 amino acids, they have come closer after the correct folding of this protein. फोल्डिंग हो गया. अब ये वाला एंड और ये वाला एंड हो सकता है दोनों नजदीक आ गया. कोई भी किसी तरफ से फोल्ड हो सकता है. एक बड़ी सी रस्सी को आप किसी भी तरह से फोल्ड कर सकते हो, हजारों तरीके से, लाखों तरीके से. तो इसी तरह प्रोटीन फोल्डिंग भी कई तरीके से हो सकता है, जिसमें से कुछ ही पैटर्न जो है, या एक पैटर्न, एक करेक्ट, एक तरह की जो फोल्डिंग है, दैट विल बी करेक्ट फोल्डिंग, विच विल बी biologically, functionally, biologically active form, and that will be its least energy state, जहां पर इसके जितने भी weak interactions हैं, जैसे कि van der Waals forces, ionic interactions, hydrogen bonding, all these weak interactions are stabilized or they are maximally formed. तो जी बॉन्ड बनने में एनर्जी रिलीज होता है और बॉन्ड टूटने बनने में एनर्जी रिलीज होता है और बॉन्ड को तोड़ने में एनर्जी देना पड़ता है. तो सो मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ these weak interactions, possible weak interactions have happened in this. So this is the least energy state, and this will be biologically functional active form. So that will be its called as correct folding. So after acquiring the correct folding, the regions which are far from each other may come closer. Suppose, and these regions are part of, these regions are constituting an epitope. Are far from each other. They are not continuous. So in this case, these epitopes will be called as conformational epitope. This is one, okay? जिसमें it is because this classification is based on their structure and interaction with the paratope. So paratope का कंटूर और इपिटोप का कंटूर इस तरह से है कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री टू ईच अदर बिकॉज पैराटोप इज प्रेजेंट ऑन एंटीबॉडी और रिसेप्टर so that they fit into each other. So this type of epitope is called as conformational epitope. When parts of the epitope or the residues, amino acid residues taking part in the formation of the epitope lie very far from each other. But after the correct folding of the protein, they come closer and constitute an epitope. So that type of epitope is conformational epitope. Mostly B cell receptors or antibodies, जिसको कहते हो आप, these are क्या? Conformational epitope. They recognize conformational epitope. They recognize B cell receptor epitopes, which are conformational epitopes. आ रहा है समझ में स्टूडेंट?
Yes, sir.
The second one is linear epitope. T cell receptor, यहाँ पर receptor लिखना ठीक नहीं है. Epitope is present on antigen. So mostly B cell and immunoglobulin epitopes are conformational epitope. यहाँ क्या लिखोगे? T cell epitopes are linear epitopes. Are the example of linear epitopes. Linear epitopes क्या है? Suppose ऐसा ना हो करके जो सीधा सीधी आप सोच रहे हो दिमाग में, जो आपके दिमाग में पहले से था, कि this is antigen in its linear sequence, proteinaceous antigen. Then, if this antigen is having two epitopes like this, same one, suppose, then green one is, suppose, from here to here. All the amino acid residues which will form the green epitope is continuous. They are continuous. They are not scattered like this. And similarly, second epitope. आप एक epitope का एग्जाम्पल देखिए बता सकते हो, लेकिन ये आप कंपेरिजन करके बता रहे हैं, ताकि कंपेरिजन नहीं कर रहे हैं, दो एग्जाम्पल दे रहे हैं. वैसे तो एंटीजन पर लाखों हजारों epitope हैं. They are not scattered. All those regions which will become part of the epitope, they are continuous. They are adjacent. Now after correct folding, this is expected that this region, this whole region, remain associated even after the folding. They remain nearby. तो बहुत कम ऐसा देखने को मिलता है, ज्यादातर यही वाले epitope, क्योंकि अब ये संभावना इस काफी कम हो जाती है कि करेक्ट फोल्डिंग के बाद इतना बड़ा लंबा रीजन they remain associated at one location. Then even in this case, अगर ऐसा होता है दोनों कंटिन्यूअस होने के बाद भी these epitope, this becomes an entire epitope, then these are linear epitope. Okay. Both of these types of epitopes interact with the paratope based on the 3D conformation adopted by the epitope. Okay, students? And then it will be determined by the surface feature of the involved epitope residues and the shape of the tertiary structure or the contour of the paratope so that they fit into each other. Okay? समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes, sir.
जैसे कि एक कन्फर्मेशनल इपिटोप जो है is formed by the 3D conformation adopted by the interaction of 3D conformation. देखो सर्कल के अंदर 3D conformation adopted by this epitope is determined by the adopted by this epitope is due to interaction of continuous नहीं है, तीनों अलग अलग है regions, discontiguous amino acid residues, whereas in contrast linear epitopes are not determined solely by the primary structure of the involved amino acid residues because they are contiguous. But after the correct folding of this antigen, this amino acid residues in this contiguous region, they will also fold little bit, but all those folded micro regions are in close proximity to each other, so that they finally all these regions come at one location. Okay. So linear epitopes are basically contiguous amino acid residues. Okay. %90 of the epitopes are conformational epitopes. Okay. तो आ रहा समझ में स्टूडेंट्स?
Yes, sir.
Now we will focus on what are B and T cell epitopes. This is the general idea about the epitope. Now we will see these two. ऐसा करो कि 1 मिनट रह गया है. We will start afresh in a new class. तो आपको